Try just running the Long War 2 mod when you launch and running no other mods and see if that helps. And if it doesn't, I would verify my file cache in Steam and then try getting Long War 2 and seeing if I could get it working. And if that didn't work, I would probably reinstall. I don't know. I'm not like the technical lead for this game. I didn't bring SMGs on my technical or grenadier. It's pretty impressive.
Solid copy.
10-4.
That like is physically painful for me to see.
Move.
Oh gosh. All right, we're rescuing a dude from a vehicle. And then we're running out there. It's extremely light. I'm just gonna walk up here, I think.
I'm on the move. I have eyes on the enemy.
It's interesting how enemies start spread out like this, but then after they patrol, they group back up in a smaller, a tighter knit group or whatever.
I guess that'll be okay.
A more tight-knit group. Let's battle.
We're in the sight.
Come toward me. Flamethrower is not good. All right.
Targets eliminated.
I don't think the car is gonna blow up, but like I've been burned before, literally. So I don't really know anymore.
Moving to position.
Sure it wouldn't, Runner. Sure it wouldn't. No, I believe you 100%.
On your order.
How could it possibly? We're like...
Will do.
I'm like not 100% sure that this car isn't gonna blow up between turns, and I'm terrified of it, so I'm gonna stand out of cover even though enemies might patrol into us on yellow alert and shoot us.
Overwatch.
They deal a lot less damage than the car does. I'm feeling like we are actually indeed safe here. We're gonna move straight forward into the spot. I would really prefer not to kill my engineer, so I'm gonna risk this rocket.
Ready for the fireworks.
Acceptable. Had a couple of very high-aim gunners the last couple of campaigns.
Enemy is still up.
Oh, blade. Legitimately the best day of my life. I wonder what happens if you stun a sectoid who has this Psy zombie
On your order.
with the arc thrower.
On us. Stepping off.
I'm okay with this blowing another pot if it does. I would prefer it not to, but I think that my soldiers are in pretty good cover. And it's worth accelerating my mission pace
Something here.
by making a move. Whew. Whereas XCOM 1 had enemies unknown, XCOM 2 makes the enemy known immediately. These cars. This guy decided he would just like flank himself and shoot me. I can sort of respect that.
Move into position.
Pulling another pod here. It's a snake!
Without the introduction of human DNA, these creatures once operating under the guise of men now show their true form. A purely reptilian species.
No reason for them to hide. The aliens don't need an infiltration unit anymore.
That looks like a pretty good grenade to me, huh?
I'm on it. This is for you! Take
It appears that we're not getting any of the loot this mission. Right in the groin.
Target neutralized. Located.
Body shot. Okay. 2 soldiers left.
If you say so.
Flashbang available.
Absolutely.
I can get greedy here and try for more loot. But risk us. Yeah. Here, let's do it like this. This is a happy medium. Should be a clear map.
Come on, focus.
One drone is not going to do much. I think caps lock loading trick does actually still work.
That all you got? Menace 1-5, be advised. Hostile
I'm not
interceptors
certain
are
though,
inbound
and I'm
on
not
your
going
current
to
position.
try that
Firebrand has
because
a
I've had
limited window to provide extraction.
some occasional computer stability issues. Alright, it's time.
I'm on it.
Knife fighter.
X-ray neutralized.
Seems like probably the worst possible way to decide
I'm all
to
over it.
kill an explosive drone.
Not a problem.
So there are reinforcements incoming. We want to move in quick and get done with this mission.
Target
That
asset
scope is
recovered.
really nice.
Copy that. Stepping off.
Let's work out who has the most hack. 13. That's got to be a strong favorite. 12, almost. 1, not so much. 8. 5.
What's over there? Attempting to gain entry.
I'll go for large alloys here. It was a noble attempt.
We have the package of
Menace
moving to
1-5
deliver.
status confirmed. VIP is in tow. Proceed to the extraction point.
Rolling out.
Rolling out.
10-4.
On the move.
Alien reinforcements inbound. Go, go, go!
Step it off.
Heading out.
Will do.
Rolling out. Affirmative, covering now.
I have overwatched all of my soldiers.
Damn it! Find some cover! Forces on the ground.
This is why the fire control PCSs may be worth
On
considering.
your order.
I think even at 5 supply, they're a fairly steep cost though.
Boom!
Really cool items though. I don't know that XCOM has had something like that before.
VIP secure and in position for evac.
The ability to have a soldier only take overwatch shots under certain conditions.
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, there are PCSs that you can manufacture yourself, and if you plug them into a soldier, it will only take overwatch shots at a certain percentage of chance to hit. So if you build the one that's 25%, then it won't take an overwatch shot that's less than 25% chance to hit.
These are probably
Alright. And we're back. So picked up another engineer, an advanced scope, and a defense PCS. Nice to have. Double engineer means that we can get some decent supply going. Question is, do I have enough stuff to sell to build the AWC off double debris clears, or do I want to put both of them on machinery
You've
maybe?
done a hell of a job keeping this ship together, Doctor.
it's all we've got.
I think I can get AWC going off these.
I doubt they thought anyone could get this heap airborne again.
I'm more than happy to prove them wrong.
Does it actually
Commander,
happen
one
on
of our
mission end?
resistance contacts just tipped us off to a site that may be worth investigating.
Huh. That would certainly explain it. I don't know if there's anything I can do about that.
New regional contacts located.
We have a strength 1 Haven here, so I'm gonna run Intel. Find some juicy missions. Let's load up a Haven Advisor of some sort. I'll use a Lance Corporal Assault. I think Assaults are excellent Haven Advisors. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say about that. Let's grab some Adventure Power. So what could I do to, like... I wonder if increasing the stream delay would fix that. Maybe, like, OBS is having trouble putting stuff together to throw out to Twitch in the amount of time it's being given. See if it happens again or not. That was awfully quick. Have a jailbreak. I'll find out what it is very soon. I'm surprised that hyperreactive people's is 10 aim. Or 10 supply, rather. 15, 25, 55. Yeah, we easily have enough for an AWC. Already looked at all this at the start of the month. Oh wait, let's go take this mission. Well, maybe you guys will just have to bear with me as the stream cuts out every now and then. And I don't know what I can do other than be extremely apologetic. I'm gonna go with a rookie hack here. I expect to be picking up another round of missions very shortly, so I don't want to send too many soldiers out on this. Bring a rookie with 15 hack. This Klein. And Book of Ian's can scout out for us. Advanced scope. Seems good to me.
In position to drop.
Yes. I'm here so that you guys can suffer. So I'm not even going to try to liberate this region. This one's just better. Let's liberate this one. Why am I creating 2 supply on this? Oh, because time ticked over before I flipped rebels off supply, I think. So I got one cycle of supply from 2 rebels there.
Guerrilla Tactics School now operational.
Interesting. I would love another specialist. And I just sent the soldier who would be best to make a specialist on that mission. Let's make Robco specialist. And another shinobi. Isidoro with 8 defense, 16 mobility, 4 hit points. Isidoro and Robco. I'm starting to feel like an insane person, just sort of doing the same thing every single campaign. Because there are so many more decisions in March in Long War 2 than there are in Long War 1, if you think about it. There are more missions and more ways that you can combine soldiers and more things you can do with your roster as a whole and just tons and tons of stuff. Cover item from Advent Vehicle. Find a lead. Extremely light. 4 days, 17 hours, unfortunately. Another option would be to flip to recruit in New Mexico and just stop generating these missions and run these ones instead. Vigilance is already a little bit high in New Mexico, though. I don't know. I'm gonna try it. Because I'm just not gonna generate very good missions with 6 intel and no Avenger helping, even with a radio tower. Oh, okay. I don't know if you guys have watched my video about detecting missions, but we have like leftover intel still rolling against activities in the region, and we just lucked out. And this is a many rebel jailbreak. This is 4, best possible. Okay, so things just changed. I want my assault back from the eastern US to send on this mission. My sharpshooter there instead. Jamwinzer, you do reach a point in the campaign fairly quickly where specialists and shinobis stop pulling their weight nearly as much, and you need to actually be able to kill aliens. We're just not getting there because I'm playing bad is a lot of the reason. I'm gonna send Track 2 as a rookie and get away with that. This loadout looks fairly good except for these. And I want my scope on the gunner. I could give her the PCS as well, but I think I'll sell it instead. You with 4 health. Okay.
Sky Ranger deployed.
Menace ready to deploy.
I think I'm fairly good at managing stuff early. I'm gonna leave on recruit until jailbreak happens and maybe have someone. That seems bad. I'm just gonna flip back to intel straight away because we're not gonna recruit somebody in 2 days, I don't think. Back to scanning here though. You do need some rebels on recruit somewhere, probably. But not too much, as long as you don't expect your soldiers to be able to go on too many missions.
New objective added.
It's a fine line. The more missions you're detecting, the more you can attempt with like 1 or 2 soldiers as well.
The implanted chip is the key. Knowing that my
Because if you're detecting a ton of missions, it doesn't matter quite as much if you're failing them. As long as you're not losing soldiers on them, which is something I've been struggling with the last couple of days. Extract VIP, we have a scientist. We only have 5 days, 22 hours. So this, for example, I can just leave this alone. Cover item from a train. Uh-oh. 1 day, 19 hours. This is the end of the cycle of missions that were already in the region when I started on Intel there, I believe. So we're getting them with somewhat bad exploration times. I'm going to try to run through this with a rookie, actually. Oh, I need a shinobi. Where is my shinobi? Echo or jailbreak? Echo or alpha? It's here. I can launch that quite soon and then send him here. Alright. Seems good to me. Already at extremely light. I had been planning to infiltrate longer to reduce detection radius, but I'm just gonna go with it like this. I will be right back. Terrible name. I will answer your question in a second. So this is going to be a sort of general answer because it's a very nuanced thing. But two things you can do with a haven are liberate it is one. That's sort of one end goal of a haven. And once liberated, there are no alien activities in there anymore, pretty much, and you can just use it to get supply or probably get supply. There are a few other things that you could potentially do. The other end goal is to just make it a swamp for advent forces. Just draw them all in by spiking vigilance as high as you can there and basically abandon it. You may want to like hide all of your rebels at that point so that they don't retaliate, and just let Advent's legions all sit in that region and be useless. So depending on which of those you're going to do, if you're trying to liberate, you need to have some plan of how you're going to do it. Like, you need to have some point where it's time to put everybody on intel and maybe put a science advisor to increase intel collection and maybe scan with the Avenger as well and detect the liberation missions and send your A-team on the ones where you have to kill everything and liberate the region. And that's cool. And if you're going to spike vigilance, it's mainly about just completing as many missions as possible as you can in the region before it gets overrun. So the main difference, I would say, is like when you flip the region to full intel. If you're trying to liberate, you probably want to start a little bit cleaner. Like, wait until you're at 10 to 13 rebels before you start running missions. Versus, well, it's not quite that simple, but generally speaking. Versus if you're just trying to spike vigilance in a region, like, I still have 6 rebels in my starting region, and I was just trying to run as many missions as I could to get Advent stuck there. That's the general idea. Blazor is falling asleep on me. I'm sorry to hear that you're falling asleep, Blazor. Thank you, Pop My Cherry-O, for following. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're enjoying the show. Is it like when I alt tab during mission end? Maybe I should stop alt tabbing when missions end.